Are you living a lie? The power of real energy and living authentically. There comes a time in life when you can feel the shift. The energy around you changes, not by accident, but because you've done the inner work to attract something better. I've been in that space lately. Good conversations, real connections, music flowing, and a sense of peace that no money can buy. That kind of energy doesn't come from pretending. It comes from being real. I recently reflected on another year of life, and what stood out most wasn't just the passing of time, but the relationships that endured. Decades go by, yet the connection remains strong. That tells you something about consistency and authenticity. You don't maintain real bonds by being fake. You maintain them by showing up as who you truly are. Too many people today are exhausted, and they don't even know why. It's because they're carrying masks for every situation. One mask for work, one for friends, one for social media, and another for family. That's a heavy burden. And the truth is, none of those masks are necessary if you just commit to being yourself. I learned a long time ago that the easiest way to live is to be real. No acting, no switching personalities depending on who walks into the room. When you're authentic, there's no stress. You don't have to remember which version of yourself to present. You just are. And that's where real freedom begins, because nobody else can be you. Not now, not ever. You are one of one. The sooner you embrace that, the sooner you step into your power. Let's talk about the truth that many avoid. There are people out here living double, triple, and even quadruple lives. They present one image in one circle and a completely different one somewhere else. And when those worlds collide, everything falls apart. That's what happens when you build your life on illusion. You become trapped in your own deception. You start fearing exposure because there's no consistent truth holding you together. That fear alone is enough to break a person down over time. When you're real, you don't have that problem. There's no fear of being found out because there's nothing to hide. What you see is what you get. That's power. And let's be clear, being yourself doesn't mean that you're perfect. It means you're honest. It means you accept your growth, your past, your mistakes, and your evolution. You don't erase your story, you learn from it. Understand this clearly. Fear is not accidental. It is manufactured, packaged, and delivered to you every single day. Through media, conversations, social pressure, and even people close to you. Fear keeps you distracted. Fear keeps you reactive. Fear keeps you from rising. When you're constantly reacting to fear, you're not building anything. You're just surviving moment to moment. And survival mode is not where greatness is created. You need inner grounding. You need spiritual strength, because without it, you'll be tossed around by every headline, every rumor, and every negative voice that crosses your path. There are people who thrive on your fear. They want to see you unsettled, unsure, and second-guessing yourself. That gives them a sense of control. But once you recognize it, you can reject it. Stop feeding fear and start feeding your strength. Life will throw things at you. People will throw things at you. Criticism, lies, doubt, negativity. It's all coming. But what you do with it is what defines you. Every attack can either break you or build you. Think about it this way. When people throw stones at you, you can let it hurt you, or you can use those same stones to rise higher. Over time, those stones stack up, and suddenly you're standing above what once tried to bury you. That's the mindset shift. You don't waste time proving yourself to people who already decided not to understand you. That's wasted energy. Instead, you invest your energy into growth, discipline, and purpose. Because at the end of the day, results speak louder than rumors ever could. Let's be honest about something uncomfortable. We've normalized dysfunction. We scroll through it, laugh at it, share it, and in many cases, become it. Chaos has become entertainment. And the more you consume it, the more it becomes part of you. You are what you consume. Not just food, but information, visuals, conversations, and habits. If you constantly feed your mind with nonsense, don't be surprised when your life reflects confusion. We need to shift our focus. Celebrate discipline. Celebrate intelligence. Celebrate structure. Celebrate long-term thinking. Those things may not always be flashy, but they build real results. Discipline is not easy. Let's get that straight. It requires consistency, even when you don't feel like it. It requires focus, even when distractions are everywhere. But discipline is what separates those who talk from those who achieve. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You don't need everything lined up perfectly. You just need to begin and stay consistent. Even small steps, done daily, create massive change over time. That's how you build something real. We're living in a time where consumption is at an all-time high. People are buying, scrolling, watching, and chasing trends, but not building anything of substance. That's a dangerous cycle. If all you do is consume, you will always depend on someone else's creation. But when you build, you create independence, stability, and legacy. Financial discipline plays a major role here. It's not about how much you make. It's about how you manage what you have. Too many people are trying to look wealthy instead of becoming stable. They spend to impress people who don't care while neglecting their own future. That has to change. Ownership matters. Planning matters. Patience matters. You don't need to rush. You just need to be intentional. One of the most powerful things you can do is build a life that actually fits who you are. Not what society tells you to want. Not what trends push on you. But what genuinely brings you peace and fulfillment. When you do that, comparison disappears. Envy disappears. You stop chasing what others have because you're satisfied with what you've built. And that's real wealth. It's not always flashy, but it's solid. And solid lasts longer than hype every single time. Now, at the end of the day, everything comes back to one simple truth. Be yourself. Not the version shaped by fear. Not the version shaped by trends. The real you. Because that's where your strength lives. You don't need to wear masks to survive. You need clarity to thrive. And clarity comes from honesty with yourself. The world will always try to pull you in different directions. It will try to confuse you, distract you, and slow you down. But if you stay grounded, disciplined, and focused, nothing can stop your rise. So take control of your life, build something real, and never apologize for being exactly who you are. Trust and believe. I live by those words. And if you don't understand it, listen to it again, because I wouldn't lead you wrong. This is LanceScurvX of LanceScurvX.com. Check us out there, subscribe, and know that I love and care for all of the good people of the world, because there's not enough of us out here in this day and age. Take care. On to the next one. LanceScurv out.